think I should try to talk about something that really bothers me a lot. Um, I have had this puppy now, this dog now. Doggy dog dog. You wanna, oh, I can't, he's way down here. I can't show him. For, you saw him. But I've had him for like something like 5 months now. And he's so cute. He's just really adorable. Let me see if I can get him on here. He's really, 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 he's really cute. And he's just the sweetest little thing. He's so sweet. Um, but, he goes out whenever he insists on going outside, and he doesn't really have to go to the bathroom. Some nights, like tonight, is really hard for him. I don't know whether he gets like, because apparently somebody trained him really well, and so he runs outside and he sits. He sits like he was waiting for somebody to come pick him up. And that's how I found him. He wasn't sitting, he was just lying down across the alley in this one person's yard that is one of them. And he was just, and the guy wasn't there at the time. And then there's a cottage, then there's another house behind that cottage. So I don't know who this doggy belongs to, but he's so well trained. He'll periodically he'll run around and sit down and look out and look all over the place, and it's like he's responding to commands. And sometimes I hear some of these men very faintly, they'll whistle, like at him or something like that, or like the guy across the alley, he has his windows tinted, and he, I guess, goes to work somewhere, or and he pulls out and he drives away. But I noticed him one time, he made some sort of signal with his hand, and this little puppy just, I don't know what the puppy did, I don't remember, but I don't know if this is like their little dog that they all are, have trained really well. And he just is, he looks so desperate, like he wants to leave, he wants to go back home somewhere. And the way I found him, he was there shivering and really scared and stuff. And when I picked him up, he didn't move at all. He does that a lot, kind of, though, anyway. But he just seemed like he was well taken care of. He was really well groomed, and now he's all furry and everything. I give him baths, but that's about it. And he just seems like he is desperate to go back to his old life. And I think that the people that are out there that are doing this, they put, he was their little decoy, or not decoy, but he was their prop that they put him there, and they told him to stay there, until, and he's so well trained, they probably don't even have to say anything, and he knows exactly what to do. But he doesn't really listen to me though. He won't. He does. He makes me do stuff, which I mean I probably shouldn't do that, but he's so cute, you know. So I don't know why he isn't just ecstatic to be here with me all the time, but he's, you know, and he likes me. I think he really does like me, but it's clear that he wants to be somewhere else, and I just wish I had never picked him up. I wish I had never picked him up. It's just so sad to see that he has a place where he's loved. But these people can't break their cover, you know, they can't get out of character in any way. And so they won't do anything to get him back. I don't know why they couldn't just, although I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them. And so I probably wouldn't even give. I mean, at first I was thinking, just come and get your dog and that's it, you know. But now the longer I'm here and the more that they are so still doing this stuff still, and I don't even know if I would have then either. When I first started taking care of him. But I just think that it's really wrong of them to, I think that they should at least try to get him back. Not steal him. No. Try to get him back the right way. I don't know. To at least, just be brave enough to come and say, that's my dog, I want him back. And at this point, I don't think I would even give him, I don't think I would give him back because I don't trust them. I don't know that they do care because they're so harsh with me that I'm not sure they have those types of, or they set them aside, I guess, for their job that they're doing. Those types of sentiments. I'm betting that they do really care for this dog, but they spray this poison stuff inside my home, and he's right here with me, so they know that he has to breathe this stuff in too. He goes out there and he kind of snorts, it's when it's really heavy out there outside, when they're spraying it outside. He kind of snorts and goes and smells where he thinks they put the stuff, and he does some job for them. He probably is he's really smart. He's really, really smart. He's looking at me like, what did you just say? We're not supposed to say anything, we're so anyway, I don't know why he's staring at me. I don't know. We're not going to. We are not going to. No. He wants to Goutside. Do you know how to spell? Are you okay? You all right? Everything's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's all right. So anyway, I wish that I had never picked him up because I didn't have a clear view then that and I still don't have a crystal clear view of what these people are all about. I know that they're kind of ruthless, but so to hand over it would be really hard to hand an animal back over to them. But if he was loved, and he clearly was loved. I just wish I would have thought about it first before, because I think this very same doggy was there. You know how they do stuff and then I forget, and then they do it again months or even years later. They'll do it again, and I won't remember that it happened. And so, and they expect me to do this, to have the same response every time. They expect me to react in the same way. And the first time he was there, that I noticed him there, or there may be more times, I don't know, that I forgot. But I didn't pick him up, and I think it elicited a really, I was so scared for him and worried and just outraged at these people, that because I was thinking that they were harming these dogs, and I still have that in my mind. I still have it, that that's what they're doing. They're harming these dogs, and I don't have any proof either way. So it's possible, it's a possibility that he was, when this occurred, he had recently been taken, or his owner died or something, and he had to go to a place, a shelter or something like that, and these people pick him up and they use them, and that's what I was thinking, that how that happened. So, and I still don't really know. But it made me feel all these things, and I think they enjoy that. They enjoy the negative emotions that they can make me feel. Don't know why, and I don't know if that's going to be fully understood by, or even believed by people, but they do like to harm, at least me anyway. It's an enjoyable experience for them to make me upset, or to make me respond or react. They want me to react. And so I just wish that, because it seems like he had a much more full life before. He was, he was on the job. He was, sitting there, acting. He was an actor, I guess, shivering away. But another thing, we still hear sounds and stuff, and he doesn't do it so much now. But when he first came here, he would get really scared and really shivering and stuff, and he still does at times when he sees certain people or he hears noises, certain noises, he gets very scared. So I'm thinking, maybe I'm glad I did pick him up. I'm glad I have him. It's just that I would not like to, because he suffers, not being able to go home. He wants to go home somewhere. Still, 5 months later, he is still doing that. And so it's really sad. I don't like to see that. I don't like to see animals suffer. I just don't. So maybe since I did something different this time, I picked him up and somebody went, "Oh no, I lost my puppy," how am I going to get my puppy back? And, now I'm really going to get her because she has my puppy. Who knows? I don't know what these people are about. Who does this kind of stuff? So, I didn't really have, let's see, is there anything else interesting? I haven't talked about this place on the other side, that they're doing the construction perpetually. They still, they're here right now, and it's nighttime, and they just work all day and at night and with the drills and all that kind of stuff. And there were two wheelbarrows out in front of my garage, like these little annoying things that they do. I think they just forgot to, because they're always leaf blowing out there or doing something to clear out the driveway. So, I mean, too often, in my opinion, and so they may have put the wheelbarrows that have been setting out there for a long time. Maybe they just moved them so that they could do that and then forgot to put them back. That's possible this time. But they do little annoying things like that where they know I don't like them to park in that spot right in front of my garage. So it's hard to say. But anyway, they are doing stuff upstairs, and now there are people living in the bottom part of the apartment house. There's a kind of a youngish guy that lives. He's a young guy. He lives in the bottom part on one side, and then on the front side, and then on the back side there's, I think, like a older woman, not old like me, but like middle-aged woman, and it looks like maybe her daughter that lives there, like a young, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to tell. She looks really young, but she could be in her 20s. I don't know. She looks younger than that, and I don't know if they're there all the time. I see I don't see them very often. I saw them like once, I think, once or twice. I saw the young girl once with her mother, I guess it is. I don't know. But I saw somebody that may have been her mother through. There's a cat there that I had thought that somebody had gone off to work or something. So I was smiling at the little kitty, and looking at the kitty through the window because my bird feeder's right there, and the squirrels and the birds are there so that this kitty can watch the birds. And it's a really cute little cat, it's really sweet. But then all of a sudden the woman, I thought it was somebody younger though, but I think it was the same person, just kind of leaned out the window and looked out right as I was looking. I was playing with her, watching the kitty cat, and so it kind of like startled me. So I kind of left. But I mean, I'm in my backyard, and these houses are really close, so it's not like I'm not peeping in windows. I'm in my backyard, have to be with the doggy. I wasn't out there nearly as much when with my kitty cat. I would just, like kind of once in a while go out and look for him because I worried about him a lot. So I guess I was out there pretty often anyway. But anyway, there's the people down there, and then upstairs I don't know if these people are have anything to do with this organization, but chances are they are connected. They're connected. They're all, because they all are. They've bought up all this property for this whole block. They're all like that. I mean, it could be a lot around here that they've kind of bought up, and so that could be that they're interested in, that they're real estate people and they want to somehow get hold of my house, maybe. And that's what this is all about. That's another theory that I've kicked around. But there's lots of things. There's so many different things that happen around here that are strange, out of the ordinary. And so that's what I keep track. I chronicle that. This is the ongoing saga of my my interesting life. I just feel like talking tonight, and the main thing I wanted to get out though was that this little puppy dog, I don't know how this puppy is ever going to stop being sad, I don't think there's enough here to occupy him. So I try to, because I don't really play. I don't play. And my kitties, they're content with a lot less. I just give them love and they're happy. So, and he's a nice little puppy, but I wish he was more happy. I wish he was more content. I really do. So I'm hoping that changes. I guess there's nothing I can think of right now. Oh, they haven't done the satanic things that they used to do like a year or two ago. Or it was probably like more like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint when they do their little things. They used to have like a motorcycle club that would live there next door for a while, and then they'd leave after the summer's over. That was more of a drug thing where people would come with backpacks and then they'd leave, and I think and there used to be like it's like a coven or something like that, because this one time I saw this really strange procession going down the alley, doing these, I've talked about that before, that kind of stuff, the witchy stuff. They don't really do that as obviously now, although it could still be going on. But they haven't done it in my face, so that it would scare me or whatever. They haven't done that in a while, which now that I've posted this, they're going to make sure that they do that, So, because that's what they do. But, there's other stuff that I want to make sure I get out what's happening around here. If anybody's interested, anybody that cares about this, or anybody that understands what's going on, because I don't think it started with me. I think it's probably a thing that people do. And the reasons are really murky why, because I want to know why, and I always go back to that. I always try to figure out why these things are happening. Because people, why would people just collectively go crazy? And it's usually money. I figure it's usually money that people do that. That people are collectively nuts for a purpose. So that's my main reason, I think, that they want to profit from it. And if they're afraid of getting caught for what they've already done, then they want to cover it up. And that's how they think the fastest route to it is. Or they're watching me for entertainment, because I know that there are cameras here in the house. I wouldn't know where they would be. I don't know where the cameras would be. I've looked before, and I got a little app on my phone to try to figure out where things were, but I never found anything. So, maybe it's me that's crazy. Although I got to stop saying that, I got to stop saying that. And then let's see, what else? Just if there is anybody that's going through this and doesn't doesn't know what to feel or think about it, or or like me, that I was just kind of thrown into this, when it got really intense. It was a lot to have to handle. And I'm just, saying a prayer for people that are going through this and just don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do about it either, but I'm not going to let it bother me. And I've gotten to the point where it's a lot of work. You have to, well, I don't want to give advice on how, because you can figure out for yourself how to navigate this kind of thing. Try whatever your gut tells you to do, which is, has really served me well. I think that and prayer has served me well when I really was, really was scared for a long time about what was happening to me. And it just, I came to the point where I've come to the point where it's better now. It is much better, and I'd like to say that it does get much better. It things smooth out, and they do get better. I don't know what each particular circumstance could be. I don't know how far these people would go. They've gone far with me. So if you can figure out a way to expose them and to get them arrested, because that's really what needs to happen. But short of that, I can't prove anything. I'm not smart enough to figure out how to expose them myself. I can't do it myself, by myself. So but I can talk about it, because I think it needs to be out in the open. It needs to be talked about, because there are people in the world that do this kind of thing, and it's got to stop. It has to stop. That's, as well, get all these little dusty things off. So that's what I have for today. I was feeling kind of gabby, And so I'm just saying a bunch of stuff to fill up time, I guess. Oh, it's exactly 30 minutes, so I should probably sign off. Usually I can't make it this far. But I made it to 30 minutes. All right. Goodbye. Good night.